thank you for coming. I don't have that much guidance to give you. Begin again and talk about your connection with Miami Middletown.
Well, before my husband and I got married, I had gone to Edgecliff College in Cincinnati, and I'm a transplant from Knoxville, Tennessee. And we got married in '66, and after 2 years in the service, we came back to Cincinnati, and Dan got a job with Armco. And at that time, we had one child and had a second one in 1970. And at that time, he went back on veterans benefits to get his master's degree from Xavier University. And so he had enough benefits that it gave me, we had money for me to go and start back to finish the last year of my college in '71. And I took one course a semester, 3 hours. And 1979, I graduated with another child. And Miami was a wonderful experience, and it gave me adult time, which was nice. And that was when, it was just starting to build as far as the students and the number of attendees. So, but there were a lot of people that came back to get hours towards their who were teachers. So the classes I always found were so interesting because of the mixture of generations. And even though at that time, by the time I graduated, I was probably in my middle to late 30s, mixing with the students and getting perspective was always interesting in our conversations, depending on, because I did have a minor in psychology, just to understand and be able to relate to them and trying to relate to my children as they were getting older. But during that time, Miami, the main campus tried to grandfather the students at Miami. And also, I think by then, Hamilton had started to make us go one semester over on the main campus. And one of my favorite things that I always remember is the fact that my husband said, well, you need to go over there and you need to experience it. I said, if I was 18 and not married with 3 kids, I would. But I have no reason to go drive over there, and it's a beautiful campus, yes, but I'm not single. And so, but then somewhere along the line, years later, that fell through the cracks because it was not well received at all. Because most of us at Miami Middletown were returning students. They had jobs and they had families. Going and mixing with those 18 to 22-year-olds was not necessarily something we wanted to do. But we've had 2 children go to Miami and graduate, one in hotel restaurant management, and then the other one was in the paper science and chemical engineer. And my son-in-law also graduated in business from, he didn't attend here, but he did attend the main campus. So very much a Miami family, and I just love what it's brought to the community.
And so you took classes here from like '71 to '79, would
Correct.
That be about right?
That's correct.
Great. And what was your major? You said your minor
was education, elementary education, and a minor in psychology.
And so what was your favorite class? Do you remember? Do you have a favorite?
The one, there were Kathy Mulligan, who I know personally, and our kids went to Fenwick, but she was teaching new math at that time. Oh my God. I could hardly deal with old math, much less the new math for education. But she and Dr. Garrett, who I saw outside, and he acted like he remembered my face, but it was good seeing him, Dr. Giovanni. So it's Miami has brought here on campus has brought so much to our community, and opening the community facilities up to nonprofits and for activities for our community to engage in. It's just a wonderful resource, and how blessed we are that we have this.